All I wanted was a Pepsi, and she wouldn't give it to me.
All I wanted was a Pepsi, just one Pepsi, and she wouldn't give it to me.
Now, this line wasn't just a scream of teenage frustration. This was a war cry that cracked open a whole new chapter in heavy music. Suicidal Tendency didn't just cross genres. They smashed them into each other at full speed. So welcome back to Headbangers History. This is where riffs speak louder than words. This is part one of a three-part dive into the chaotic genre-defying world of the great Suicidal Tendencies. Today we're going to go back to where it all started. The early days in Venice, California. Skate culture, cops, concrete, and a frontman named Mike Muir who refused to shut up and sit down. We're talking 1980s LA hardcore, but with a bullet. Venice Beach, the birth of a movement. So LA in the early 80s, it wasn't all palm trees and Hollywood dreams. In Venice, it was more like a war zone. Gang tensions, skate punks, kids who didn't fit in anywhere. And this is where Mike Muir, a young misfit with a bandana and a serious chip on his shoulder, formed Suicidal Tendencies. And it's 1980. They weren't trying to be famous. They were trying to survive. According to Mike, he would say, "We weren't part of a scene. We were against a scene." The band showed up to punk shows in flannels, dickies, bandanas. They got labeled a gang. The Los Angeles Police Department kept tabs on them. Promoters blacklisted them. Parents freaked out, and the kids loved it. Institutionalized. In the MTV Anomaly 1983, they dropped their self-titled debut, Suicidal Tendencies, on Frontier Records. The Big Bang moment? Of course it was institutionalized.
I go, no, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Just leave me alone, I'll figure it out, I'm just working on myself. They go, well,
A 4-minute song of pure paranoid rage, rapping and chugging riffs and in a spoken breakdown that hit like a brick to the face.
You're on drugs! I go, no, Mom, I'm not on drugs. I'm okay. I'm just thinking, Why don't you give me a Pepsi? She goes, no.
MTV played this video all the time, constantly. No one knew what to do with it. Was it hardcore? Was it thrash? Was it spoken word therapy?
Back in your own court.
Last week, after a record autographing session at Music Plus, an LA record store, the band played what was supposed to be an 8-song mini-set in the store's parking lot. It was something of an event since the group hadn't been able to play a Los Angeles show for 5 years.
We've been trying to and stuff, but even on this tour we can, so we're hoping this goes off. I mean, it's not really a show or something, but...
It didn't matter. It was an anthem, and for millions of pissed-off suburban kids, it became their gospel. Let's check out Join the Army. So after being kicked off more shows than they were booked on, Suicidal decided to double down. In 1987, they dropped Join the Army, a record that veered harder into metal territory with crunchier riffs, bigger solos, still that unfiltered Mike Muir venom. But this was the real start of Suicidal's role as crossover kings. They weren't becoming metalheads. They were saying, we already were. We weren't trying to fit in. We were trying to break out. This paved the way for what came next. Enter Robert Trujillo. Right around this time, a funky young bassist from Santa Monica joins the band. And yes, it's the same dude who's now in Metallica. His addition pushed Suicidal into even wilder sonic territory. He added funk, thrash, punk, groove. What came next was fire. Deep cuts like Possessed to Skate, War Inside My Head. These became skater anthems and mosh pit staples. And in 1988, they dropped one of their most definitive albums. This is the great How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today. It was heavy, it was dark, brutal, philosophical. This wasn't just a band for angry teens anymore. They evolved. And they did it quickly. So why this era mattered? By the end of the 80s, Suicidal Tendency had done what no one thought was possible. They made punk fans headbang, made metalheads circle pit, and pissed off literally every gatekeeper in music. They didn't just bridge the gap between punk and metal, they demolished it. And they did this all while being banned, blacklisted, misunderstood. Every turn they took. They didn't want your approval. They wanted your attention. So wrapping this up, by 1989, Suicidal had sharpened their sound into something deadlier and cleaner. The 90s would see that they dominated MTV, toured the globe, go toe-to-toe with the biggest names in metal. But with fame came the friction. And the next chapter would bring internal warfare, new sounds, and a total reinvention. So in part 2, we're going to dive into the 90s. This is when Suicidal went big, they went bold, broke the mold. So if you ever screamed, "All I wanted was a Pepsi," you already know what to do. Smash the like button, subscribe to Headbangers History, and drop us a comment. Be my friend. I need more friends.
Is he talking to me? He better not be talking to me.
Tell me what your favorite Suicidal Tendencies track is and why. Do you got a deep cut you think more people need to hear? Share it. Let us know. We're all friends here. But until next time, stay psycho, stay loud, stay free. I'm Fred Carroll, and this is Headbangers History. Wow, I'm getting good at my poetry. Very happy about that.